updating and adding to it. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well, I'm really glad to hear it, and I'm glad you're in the program now. So that's good to have you in the group.
Yeah.
We are live, by the way.
Awesome.
What's up, everybody? Let me make sure we're double check on. Yep, we are live. Perfect. Okay. I'm on the bottom. Oh, that's weird. Well, anyway, what is up, guys? Welcome to Reselling Electronics for Profit, REP. Glad to have you guys on tonight. Tonight, obviously, with me, we have David Kosciuszko and a new phone flipping superstar, Matthew Boyd. Fantastic. He's been around for a while now, kind of hovering around all of the phone flipping groups. I've seen him in and out multiple times. He finally decided to come and join us in the phone flipping program, and he absolutely crushed it within 30 days.
Yep.
10K within 30 days. It was fantastic. If you guys can hear us, type live in the comments below so we know that you're here. I only see 2 people on. I know there's more on than that. I probably need to refresh. But anyway, glad to have everybody here. And we're going to be getting started. A little tee up on what we do. So Dave and I have kind of partnered, and we have kind of revamped the phone flipping program. It's no longer the phone flipping. What was it? The phone flipping mastery course or whatever it was called.
Yes, that's what it was before.
Okay. So we now, we run the phone flipping program along with our head coach, Aaron Goldstein. And what we do is we help new and established resellers grow or start and grow their electronics reselling business to hit 10K in sales and then beyond, making at least a 30 to 40 to 50% profit margin. We don't like to go lower than 30. And you're going to hear a lot from Matthew about that because that was one of his biggest problems was the low profit margins. Isn't that right, Matthew?
Yep, sure was.
So me and Matthew talked. It was October 2nd, October 5th. August 5th of last month. We talked, we got on the phone, and I remember the hesitation, man. I remember it in your voice. You're like, is this going to work for me? Like, I've bought 5 other phone flipping courses. What is this going to do for me? What is it going to do? So let's kind of just go ahead and jump in and talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to kind of turn it over to you, Matthew.
Okay. Yeah, I've bought several of the phone flipping courses, and I started probably 1.5 to 2 years ago. I saw all of David's free content, and his course was just too expensive. And so I bought all the cheaper courses, and most of them are wastelands now. They don't really exist. And the creators of the courses have moved on to different things. And so that instruction and advice isn't there. And finally, after about 2 years, I've been watching and how he's been crushing it on things and watching numbers that I've never seen before. And Chris offered a free phone call. I talked to him about it and everything, and ended up inviting me to join this course, David's course. And it was even more expensive than when I saw it before. And I hesitated. I think I was on the phone with Chris for about 3 minutes, just, I don't know about that. But finally I committed to it. And I mean, it's totally different. I don't know how long your course has been around, David, but it still exists. It's being added to. It's relevant information, which some of the stuff I was looking at wasn't. And it's amazing. It's great content, great quality, and it helped me hit 10K. I've hit 10K before, 1 month during December, right before Christmas, but my profits were extremely low on it, and is because this one guy I did business with brought me a bunch of phones, but now I've not outsourced, but diversified. I'm buying all sorts of stuff. I love the broken stuff. I love the broken PS4s especially, and there's so much money to be
Yes.
made in it. And yeah, I'm so glad I took the course. I told David and Chris, this is the first course I should have bought, but the last course I'll ever need.
So,
Love
Chris,
it.
do you mind if I ask Matthew a few questions?
Yeah.
So I was wondering, so Matthew, can you share with everybody, what do you think was the biggest shift? Because you've been doing this now for a couple of years, right? With some
Yeah.
other programs. And what was the difference that you made for this month that really skyrocketed your numbers and your profit margins? What were some of the changes that you implemented?
A couple things, consistency. I would hit it on Monday really hard. I would post literally in the 50 buy sell groups in my area, and Facebook caught wind of it or something, and it seemed like it just blocked. I'd get discouraged because I get one person reach out to me, and that'd be my advertising for the week, and I'd make some money off of it, but not a lot. But then just watching the videos and everything, consistency is a key part of it. And I'm posting every day. I'm only doing five groups. I'm changing up the words and I'm following the advice that's given. And more people are reaching out to me. And then my phone call with you talked about, the paid ads, getting in on paid ads, and that's the way to go. And so I tried it out with, just literally $5, put it on an ad, and I had people reaching out to me on $5 a day. And I actually need to ramp that up. I've gotten so many. The consoles one is just hitting it out of the park. It's unbelievable. Something else too is mindset. I look at a lot of the other flippers doing a ton of just buying and selling, and they live in cities with 100,000+ people. I live in a small city of 30,000. And I remember talking to Dave, and he's like, yeah, I mean, you should still be able to hit 10K in a 30,000 city easily. And I shifted my mindset on it and didn't let that discourage me. And there's definitely been some down days where I'm not buying anything, and I'm looking at my phone waiting for messages. But there's other days just being consistent and having that mindset to keep going, where it just I have to turn my phone down. It's interrupting me on everything because so many leads are coming in. It's fantastic.
That's a great problem.
I love
Yeah, it really is. One last thing is honestly, it was kind of lazy. It was the easy thing to do, is selling to private buyers. And, I just got in a habit of it, and it was easy to do, and I'd ship it off, and they were really nice. But, I think I mentioned that with you, David, and you're like, well, yeah, if you need the fast cash, but go to eBay, you'll make a whole lot more money. And I started looking at the numbers and realizing how much I was actually losing and just giving away because I didn't take the time. And I'm not selling to private buyers anymore. I'm straight
Wow.
to eBay.
So did that help with your profit margins a lot with selling on eBay?
Absolutely.
I got to give you a lot of credit. You took that advice and really nailed it. You followed that plan and just executed. That's fantastic.
Yeah, you really
Wow.
do. I remember our call. Absolutely. I remember the pain points you gave me. You're like, man, I live in a town of 30,000 people. Like, what am I going to do with that? And I was like, well, you can look at it either one of two ways. You can look at it like, oh, wow, there's only 30,000 people in my city. Or you can look at it like, oh, wow, there's 30,000 phones in my city.
Yeah.
And then along with phones, that doesn't even count tablets, laptops, iPods, MacBooks, game consoles, like it all depends on how you look at it, like, yeah, there might only be 30,000 people, but look at you, man. You did 10K in like 28 days or something like that. Like,
And I'm giving you the new plan right now too. 20K next month.
Yeah.
Because all we're gonna do is up that Facebook ad budget just a
Yep.
little bit and increase your ad spend, diversify a little bit, and then we get a real business. 20K a month, you're making 7,000-8,000 a month in profit, and you get those ads where you're just getting 20, 25 leads a day. You got yourself a nice business where you're working 20 hours a week and you're making 8,000 a month. What do you think? You think you can go for that this month, the 20K?
I'm going to shoot for it. I mean, what do I have to lose? You know, I'm going to shoot for it. And, you know, you know, you talk about diversifying. I love repeat customers. I'm just, you know, you've talked about that. You love repeat customers. They're some of the easiest people to work with. And I build a lot of rapport with them. You know, I'm super kind with them and everything. I had a guy who brought me 2 PS4s in a week. And then he asked me, hey, do you buy DVDs? Well, I do now. Okay, I'll give you 10 cents a piece for them. And I got to figure out what to do with them because they're sitting if worst comes to worst, I can take it to a GameStop competitor in the area and get 25 cents, and I paid 10 cents a piece. So
How many did you get?
like 200, 250.
So you can actually sell those in a lot. You can shove them in a flat rate box as much as you can fit.
Yep.
And sell them as a bulk lot. You might be able to get maybe 30, 40, 50 bucks for them. I imagine you didn't pay much for them, right?
No, I paid 25 for all of them.
Wow.
So yeah, you could probably divvy them up into like maybe 3 lots and sell each lot for 40 or 50 bucks. So then,
Okay.
you know, the first one pays off your whole lot and then some, and then the rest are just pure profit.
Yeah.
Something you do maybe with that.
I got 5 daughters, so I dig through them and picked out the kids' movies real quick. And
Right.
that's probably the hardest part about this business. I love tech and I'm kind of a geek with it. And so I buy some really cool things and I got to discipline myself to sell it.
So we did have a question. It's actually a course member, Mark Rojas Rosas. How can we make money on buying broken consoles? Do we repair them or just sell them as is? What would you say to that?
I tried repairing them like a year ago and it is not worth your time. Don't even do it unless you know exactly what you're doing and you do them a ton of them. Just sell it. Just list it and sell it. Buy it low. I bought probably 2 or 3 PS4 Slims for 30 bucks a piece because there's something wrong with it. And I'm not fixing it. I don't know how to. I'm just going to.
I think you reached out to me on what to offer for them, right? The broken ones?
That
you?
may have been something else.
Yeah, possibly. I can't remember.
But I mean, if they accept it, great. If not, no problem. It's just going to sit there and, you know, they're not going to do anything with it. Who else buys broken consoles like that? If they're not going to list it on eBay, they'll see my ads later and you know what? 30 bucks is 30 bucks, whatever.
I'm so glad people started like listening to me in the members group about that. Like it took me a while to kind of like beat it into their heads. Like buy broken consoles, buy them. It's like printing money almost. Like
Oh my word. I bought a PS4 Pro for 50 bucks. It was overheating. I sold it, I think, for 250.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Absolutely. It's so easy to buy and sell them. It's ridiculous. So one thing I do want to do, Matthew shared quite a bit of his wins in the members only Facebook group. If you guys want to see some of the items that he picked up in the past couple of weeks, just type wins in the comments below. See if that's something you guys actually want to see. Because I have them actually pulled up on Facebook. Because dude, he has been absolutely crushing it when it comes to picking up phones, picking up DVDs, picking up games, consoles, you name it. He's absolutely just been crushing it. So
Even a machete. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but
even a machete.
okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I see some wins coming in. All right, so let me go ahead and show everybody. I'm going to share my screen and share it with everybody real quick. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is Matthew Boyd. This is him, right? He's been asking questions. That's one thing I see all the time, right? Is the people that win are the people that ask questions. Look at how many questions Matthew has asked since he joined the program and how many times he's posted. He's been active, right? That's one thing we see all the time. The people that are the most active, they ask the most questions, are the people that succeed, okay? So here's him, buying all these games. Look at this. This is insane. And then look at the members here helping him out too, right? This is, it's great. How much did you buy all of this for? I saw you need help with a quote.
I actually didn't buy that lot.
Buy that?
I bought the Xbox One X from the guy for $150, which was an easy, almost double my profit. But I didn't actually end up buying those games.
Got
But
it.
those others, I bought a couple big lots.
Yeah, I see them right here, I believe.
So
Yeah.
Matthew, did you do this while you were working a full-time job? I couldn't remember if you're doing this full-time or while you working a job.
I'm an assistant pastor at my church, and this
Okay.
my pastor actually lets me use my office, so I just meet people right there at the church, and it's neat because I have a TV there. I can test out the consoles and everything, and but yeah,
That's awesome. So you didn't even travel out to anybody. Everybody came to you for this.
I did do some traveling. I try not to if possible, but there's some I just can't help, and if I'm gonna make money on it, I'll set it up when I can, and I'll meet them. That
Wow.
was all in like
Look
Wow.
at
2 or
this.
3 days.
Wow. Oh yeah, and he said yes. That's a machete.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
That was just I was buying an Xbox 360 and a tablet from the guy, and he asked if I bought those, and I said I'll give you $5 for it. Okay, I just helped him close the deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
So Mark had another good question for Matt. He said, are you only doing eBay now, or are you still selling to direct buyers at all?
I'm not going to sell to a direct buyer unless they pay me more money. Otherwise, there's no point in it unless I need fast cash. Otherwise, no.
Does anybody else
Wow,
see
look at that.
this? Look at this.
Wow.
That I was really nervous about that when I was a manager of a GameStop competitor, and it's Disc Traders. I don't know if y'all have those where you're at, but I was scared to death with that. I went through every IMEI, making sure it wasn't stolen. They were all clean.
Perfect.
And that was a pain in the butt to list on eBay. But I mean,
Yeah, but you bought all this for $1,200.
$1,200.
Oh my gosh, what's the profit on that?
I have to go through eBay, and I've got a little spreadsheet for that one especially. But I was buying the iPhone, the iPhone 7s, I think, for like $40. I worked it all out. The iPad Air 2s, I was paying, I think, $40 each for those. And those were selling for right around $190, $200. So the profit margins are insane. It was insane on that.
That's awesome. That's great. I love it. I love seeing that stuff.
So is there anybody, any of you guys,
But
I was gonna say, does anybody have a question for Matt or for anybody that's on the chat?
yeah, let's go ahead and open up the floor, and then we can and yeah, I had some bullet points. Let me actually pull those up. Okay, so we went pretty much over everything. So Matthew, I do want to ask, before you invested in the program and joined us and started working with us, what was your monthly revenue?
I mean, I was piddling around in 2,000, 3,000 a month, and I made profit off of it. It was okay profit, but I just everything was going to private buyers. I wasn't making a lot of money. It was just basically if I want to go out to eat, I had the money to do that. But it wasn't. I had money to buy an Xbox game if I wanted to, but nothing more than that, really.
Gotcha. So Josiah says, and Josiah, we interviewed him Thursday. So you bought that lot of stuff from an actual business. How did you set that up? Did they reach out, or did you reach out to them?
The manager saw one of my ads, and he's a real nice guy. He lives about 30 to 45 minutes away. And he really wasn't representing his company. He had just bought them and collect them. He's also a reseller. But he just basically kept them, hung on to them, and he was going to do something with them. And so we started negotiating, and I think he wanted at the very least 1,500 for it. I was scared to death about it. And so I offered him, I think 900, and I worked it up. I'm doing the math on all of those. Finally, he said his lowest will be $1,300. And I had said the highest I'll go is 11. I contacted him the next day. I said, hey, listen, you want to meet? I'll do 12 for you, but we got to meet today. And he said, all right, I'm on my way.
Awesome. Good stuff. So we got some people in the comments. Linda is asking, do you do paid Facebook ads only?
Not yet, but I think those are more quality leads.
Got it. Somebody else is asking how paid Facebook ads work. That's a little bit more detailed. Kyle Snow is saying or asking, do y'all sell only electronics? And what do you think about basketball cards being really hot right now? I have no knowledge whatsoever when it comes to basketball cards. I know Dave over here though has some Magic card knowledge, but
Magic cards are actually very hot right now. Matter of fact, Gary Vaynerchuk is actually investing in Magic cards.
Really?
Yeah, so I get these Magic cards in one of my deck actually that I bought for like $280 each a couple years ago, and they just went up to like $700 a piece.
Wow.
So yeah, it was just pretty cool. I've made some decent money on Magic card collections, but not basketball cards.
Huh. Who would have thought? Adam Moore says, I just heard that DVD VCR combo prices went up big time. Anyone else heard about this? I don't really buy them personally, so I wouldn't know. All right. Let's see.
When you have a system like we have a kind of a cookie cutter program, right? So when you're getting so many leads in every day, like Matthew even said that he's just getting so many leads, he can't even respond at this point, right? You get so many offers for good things. You don't need to worry about too much about the random stuff because we kind of have a cookie cutter system like phones, laptops, MacBooks, cameras, smartwatches. And each one of those items you're going to make $100 profit on, $150 profit, $80, $90 profit. So there's enough to make $7,000 to $10,000 in profit just from those items once you get a good lead base established. So when you get the leads, you just plug in the ads, and then the business comes in. That's the cool thing about it.
And that's what it is. I want to paint a little picture. I paint this picture for people that I get on a strategy call with before we actually move them on to the program, making sure they qualify, right? So one thing I really liked, one big issue that I see with people who, haven't really had a whole lot of experience with this yet. A lot of people start this business, and we actually just had a question here about it. Kyle Snow says, do y'all still go to Goodwills or garage sales and source there for fun? That is not fun. Not to me. That is so boring to me personally. So a lot of people, whenever I start messaging them back and forth, right, the people that join this REP group, a lot of them are reaching out to people. Okay, the people that are doing an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, they're reaching out to everybody on Facebook Marketplace every day, right? And they're closing the deals that way, and they're like a hawk on Marketplace, Let Go, Offer Up. It's the same app now, but they're on all these buy sell apps and places, and they're just looking for stuff. Okay, so I want to paint you guys a picture real quick, because this is what the program does whenever you plug the systems in, and Matthew can attest to this. He's had it happen. So I want you to imagine that you actually just started posting ads, and then people started messaging you, asking you to buy their stuff from them. Okay. Instead of you reaching out, hey, can I buy your stuff? It's a total different process. Now, I'm sure Matthew now wakes up with what, 20 leads a morning to respond to?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that a lot better way to actually like wake up and start your day knowing that you have money in the pipeline already? I mean, that's how this works, guys. Like, and it doesn't, all it takes is more leads, and it has to be the, you know, and that's the way that David actually started, you know, this whole system, right? You know, he bought the purse, and then he posted an ad for purses, and then he figured out about electronics, and then he started posting ads for electronics, and then it cascaded from there, and now we got this big old community, you know, of people, you know, who are just crushing it. So it's pretty cool to see, right? And now we have the paid Facebook ads. We're working on YouTube ads. David, I believe, is going to be working on pay per click, I think, because he has some experience.
Well, I've already done pay-per-click already,
Already done
actually,
it.
so I can already start showing it. Yeah.
So we got. By the way, we have SMS marketing coming, guys. Text message marketing. A lot of you that are on the VIP list, you know, that got the link to the Facebook group to come to this live, are part of that. Okay, there's I think 120 people on the text message list right now. That, guys, is going to be a huge part of our future in the electronics reselling industry. Okay, ManyChat was a big part for a long time. I taught and I kind of pioneered that for a long time. Things have since changed. Okay, the one thing you can count on in business is change. Okay, so we have adjusted. We are making things happen. We're actually starting to move away from free advertising, right, Dave?
Yep.
So we're going to be so you know, this isn't exactly a side hustle anymore, and Matthew can attest to that. You know, I told him over the phone, I'm like, dude, this is not a side hustle program. If you,
Chris, can I say something really quick? I want to mention, because you mentioned the yard sale, and I just thought this was funny because, you know, just for the hell of it, my wife, she's always loved yard sales. Like when I started this business, we started yard selling. She still likes to go yard selling. I'm like, what are we gonna? I'm like, I'll go to the yard sale just for fun, right? Like purely psychological benefits. Man, I was exhausted. Like we went yard selling for 3 hours, driving around. Like I get there and there's just like knickknacks and like just like we're driving all around the state going to these yard sales, right? So this morning I did a Facebook Live, and I mean we had fun sometimes scavenging for things, but I didn't find anything I was going to make money on, right? I wasn't doing it for that. So then this morning I did the live, and it's a holiday. It was even a kind of a slow day, but I got in there in the first 25 minutes while I was doing the live. I closed 3 deals, made like $340 profit, because we have a system now, right? Where I just sit there and the computer does its thing and, you know, runs my ads, and then I get leads coming in and I respond to the leads and close the deal. So that's the cool thing about it, is the system is just kind of a plug and play thing, right? Where the nice thing about like a program like this is you don't really have to think. So it took me a lot of time and experience and years and money to develop these systems. And me and Chris spend hundreds of dollars in advertising every month, thousands actually, to figure out what's working in the most cutting edge marketing strategies. But then we package it in a program once we figure out what works the best, and just kind of hand templates, which is nice. And like Matthew, you started using one of those templates for only $5 a day, and you already started getting a bunch of results just on a small budget, right?
Yep.
And that's one of the beauty of these things, where you take that plug and play system and boom, it's just there.
It's there.
So anyways, kind of rambling, but
absolutely. So I remember when I was on the phone with Matthew, he was telling me about all these other programs that he had bought, and I was like, all right, look, right now you've got a side hustle. All right, if you join our program, you know, and I said if, you know, I don't care if he joins, you know, like it doesn't matter to us. It's not that big of a deal, right? We had 6 people join in the past week. It's not a big deal, right? Anyway, we were on the phone and I was like, all right, so if you join, this is no longer a side hustle. You're starting a business, okay? And he was like, all right, let's go, you know? and then he hasn't looked back. He's been freaking crushing it ever since. So it's really cool to see, because I've seen you, I think for like the past 2 years, just kind of meandering around the groups, you know.
Yep.
So it's really cool to see you, you know, on your way to 20, 30K within the next couple of months. And, you know, we'll work with you, you know, we'll work with you directly, right, to help you get there, because that's what we do, right? I'm the client success director. It's my job to help you make sure that you succeed. One thing I do want to ask you, how do you like all the weekly classes?
Whenever I can tune in, I'll go to the gym, I'll turn my video off, and I love it. I'm just sitting there lifting weights or something, and I have a question, I'll just pop in and ask the question, and you know, I love it. It's fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah. So right now we actually, in the program, we have 3 weekly classes to help our members grow, right? The first one is our scaling and management class that's run by David Kosciuszko, because, you know, he runs his own business. He's a master at running businesses. Second one is technology booster class. That's the stuff that I'm good at. Okay. Paid Facebook ads, chat bots, text message marketing, you name it. Right. And then on Thursday, we have ad posting and negotiation mastery, which is run by Aaron Goldstein, our head coach. So we have so many resources, and we have seen an influx of 10K superstars since we started implementing. I believe, yeah, since we started implementing this, right, Dave? These other classes.
Oh, yeah, I had a hard time keeping up.
Yeah, we got
I'm backlogged on ordering the plaques for everybody. It's like 2 more every day.
Kind of overwhelming. So Kyle says in the comments, what do you think about going to discount stores like Ross, Burlington? I don't do it. I just don't do it. I just don't enjoy that. That's not fun for me. You know what is fun for me though? Is, check this out. Is getting a lead and they're like, hey, I want to sell my MacBook. Okay, cool. What's wrong with it? Oh, well, the screen is cracked real bad. So this, right? I bought this for 120 bucks the other day. Screen is cracked pretty bad, but I bought it for 120. Screen is all, you know, messed up, of course, but I'm going to make about $200 profit on it, and I'm not even going to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty of this. I don't fix anything. I don't even know how to fix stuff at all. Like, not even going to attempt, because I don't know what I'm doing. I've tried fixing stuff before. I just don't enjoy it. And I know, Matthew, I think you're the same way, huh?
Yeah, I tried. I figured I could get more profit. I tried fixing Xboxes and ran into one problem after another. I fixed a couple. I tried fixing phone screens, and that cost me money because I didn't do it right. I had to go to a store, have them fix my mistake, and yeah, I'll never do that again. But I like selling it as is.
Yeah, so do I. I like getting rid of it almost the same day, typically.
Mm-hmm.
Josiah says, what do you think about going into cell phone stores and asking if you can buy their broken trade-ins? Absolutely. Do it. I've done it. I've gone into pawn shops and bought I actually do it quite often. I go in there and I buy their broken MacBooks. I go in there and I buy their locked MacBooks, the ones that are just passcode locked, and then I just reset them. So, you know, that's how I got my own MacBook. I have a guy from a T-Mobile store who sold me some phones from the store from a Facebook lead, thinking about actually just reaching out to other stores. Do it, man. You know, the best person to talk to about that is actually Aaron Goldstein. He does a lot of that. A lot of business to business deals, and he gets like 40 phones at a time from some cell phone shops. So he's the best person to talk to about that. So yeah. So we've talked a lot about how Matthew has grown. We've talked about the program. If anybody is actually interested in joining and working with us, just type grow in the comments below, like grow as in like help you grow. Type grow in the comments below. I'll reach out to you after this call, and we'll have a conversation, see if you qualify, get your application, and then go from there, right? Dave, is there any other stuff that you want to talk about?
No, I think we covered quite a bit. I'm really excited to see Matthew get to 20K. I think he could do it pretty easily. How much are you spending a day on your budget, Matthew, right now?
I'll run an ad for a while. I'm trying to perfect the ads. I've run 15 to 20 a day before. Right now I've got one ad running, but I'm wanting to start up a couple. I just got Instagram. I don't know anything about it. I don't understand it, but I'm going to start running Instagram ads too.
Yes.
And but I have no problem with spending money on ads. The other day, I had Facebook take out, I think it was $175, and that would have shocked me before. I would have, oh my word, I can't afford that. I just pulled open my PayPal. I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, that's no problem. I have so much. I used to have about $2,000 rotating cash, and that was my buy and sell money. And if an emergency came up, I'd spend through half of that, and but I always had cash like that. I have so much more cash right now. It's unbelievable. I've never had this much before.
Awesome. Because this time I'm going to ask you to try to burn 600 instead of that 175.
Burn it.
How do you feel about that?
Let's do it.
That's a lot, but I've got the money to, so okay.
So you spent $120 and you made how much?
A lot.
we got a guy in the course. His name is Joaquin. I just talked to him today on the live. He just hit 40K, and last month he spent $30 a day on paid ads, and he hit 40K. Right. So so at 20K for the month in sales, I think you could definitely do that, spending $20 a day on paid Facebook ads, and that would be $600 for the month. But your profit on that, right, should be about $8,000. So, would you feel comfortable on that? If you spent the 600, you made 8,000.
Yeah, I'd feel comfortable with that. I think I have to work up to it though. I like playing it safe, but I already know it works. I'm going to be scaling up. I have no problem. I think I told Chris earlier, I was debating whether spending the money on this course, and I almost didn't do it, but I'm so glad I did. It was worth it. I think after I bought the course, like 2 days later, I sent another guy to you, Chris. I'm like, hey, buy the course, but you have to spend money to make money, and I don't have a problem with that. It works.
So when next time you come to the lives, if you want, just come on and I'll help monitor it so you don't spend too much too fast. And if you want, we can start maybe getting to just maybe like $15 a day. I could convince you. I don't know. Maybe we'll help you do it though, so it feels good. You'll be making the money. You'll get the leads in while you do it. Do it. We'll do it slow. We don't have to bump it. We don't go $20 after this live tonight and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm doing it. That's it. That's too fast. We'll do it slow. But anyways, I'll let Chris, you get back to it. And
okay. Tim Overturf actually has a question. What's your thoughts on paying someone to run paid ads for you? So I actually do run paid ads for resellers to help them grow their businesses to 20K plus. So, yes, that is an option. There's a couple other people that do it as well. I personally only do it for people who are doing 10K plus because those people actually have businesses. But yeah, that is a good option, right? Because you should delegate, but you're saying pay someone from Upwork or Fiverr, not a good idea, simply because they're not going to have the experience for this specific niche industry. One thing I would recommend is if you join the program, we actually have it set out. It's literally a cookie cutter approach. David actually starts it out showing you how to set up everything from ads manager and all. And then it gets to me where we go into how to run ads for game consoles, how to run ads for MacBooks, how to run ads for repairs, how to run ads for phones. Okay. Are you actually running paid ads for like MacBooks and game consoles right now? Like paid ads, Matthew?
I've got to get better at the phones and the MacBooks. The console, I followed your instructions to the letter, and it's fantastic. 2 or 3 a
80-cent leads.
day, and they're always, you know, I tell my customers, I say this isn't just an electronics, it's a fast cash service. And I'll sell, you know, I bought a console from someone a couple days later. Hey, I've got this too. Do you buy that? Hey, I've got this. But yeah, the consoles one is hitting it out of the park. The phone one I just copied from the course, and that's where I got, you know, I paid $1,200 for, it was 28 phones and iPads, and yeah, it's awesome. I got to work better on the MacBook. I got a couple MacBooks.
Hey, watch the videos in the group and in the course, I believe. They go over it. They show how to target MacBooks directly. Okay. That's what you want to do. MacBook ads are going to be about $5 a piece, 5 to 7, but
Bigger profits.
bigger profits. That's what you got to look at. A lot of people get scared by that cost per message. A lot of people get scared. You can't get scared by it. Okay. You're spending $5 to $7, you get one lead, you make $120. Who cares? You know,
Mhm.
doesn't matter.
Ads.
Exactly. Right. So yeah, honestly, we might be able to, do we have anybody for the scaling and management class Tuesday yet, Dave?
To do a business audit for? I don't think yet. I don't think we have someone picked out yet.
Want to help Matthew get to 20K?
Oh, I would love to.
Let's do it. I'll send
Yeah.
you the form, Matthew, for you to fill out, and then I'll send it to
What was
Dave.
that? You broke up a little bit.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'll send you the form for the business audit, and then we'll send it over to Dave. We'll get you audited on Tuesday on what exactly you should do to get to 20K.
Awesome.
You know, within the next month, honestly. Shouldn't be, honestly, by the end of September. You know.
And that's tomorrow, you
Fine.
said?
Oh yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. So
Yeah, I can even look at your ads or look at the whole, give you a whole plan, just like I did that first time that we did, which you followed through awesome, which was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do that again tomorrow.
follow through again. We'll be interviewing you at 20K. And I see Josiah in here, 17-year-old. Davey's on his way to 20K or 40K.
That's
Is
crazy.
he awesome? Yeah, we talked about it on the last chat. I remember that. Oh man, that's fantastic.
He messaged me last night, Dave, and he was like, "Look where I'm at." He was like, "It was like 9,800, and it's like the 6th day in the month or something."
Wow.
Wow.
So congratulations,
17
Josiah.
years old. Way to go, Josiah. That's awesome. I'm excited to do that interview at 40K.
Well, I think that'll about wrap it up. If you guys do want to join the phone flipping program, there is a application process. You have to put in an application. You have to go through some phone calls. We qualify people for this program. It is not for side hustlers. Okay, we want people who are ready to run an electronics reselling business. And when I get on the phone with you, I'm going to know if you're one or the other. Okay, because I go pretty hard on some questions, don't I, Matthew?
Yes, you do.
Other than that, type grow in the comments below if you guys want to join the phone flipping program. And I'll talk to all of you guys within the next few days. And yeah, other than that, we're going to be signing off, guys. Thank you so much for coming on, Matthew.
Awesome. Thank you.
As
for
always, Dave, pleasure to talk to you. And we're signing off.
Thank you again, Matthew.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.